Harry Grishman from Allenstedtel. Ich habe aufgewachsen in Holy Dal.
Hey everybody, welcome back to your Pennsylvania Dutch Minute. As you can see, things look a little different here, and I'm asking you to bear with me as I'm trying some new things out here in the studio. Thanks to your generous donations through the Buy Me a Coffee app that I've included on the last couple of videos, I've been able to do some upgrades, purchase some new cameras and some new stands and things like this, and we're still trying to hone in exactly, the look and working with this new equipment. So anyone that donated to that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you didn't, you still can. You can click the Buy Me a Coffee link at the bottom on the YouTube channel, and you can see right there, in the comment section right before the comments start. And I promise that any dollar that is donated goes only towards stuff for this channel, whether it's new hardware, new software, or maybe a little bit more makeup to make me look a little better. But that's it, I promise. So today I come to you, this video is coming out on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and over the course of November we've been talking a lot about, things associated with Thanksgiving for the Pennsylvania Dutch, and that is great, and I really enjoy Thanksgiving. However, I'm coming to you today not to say anything about Thanksgiving, but for something that's coming up in the very near future. As you well know, and I have often bragged about this place on my channel, the Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center at Kutztown University throughout the year does a lot of live events that promote and teach about Pennsylvania Dutch, all things Pennsylvania Dutch. Their fall festival back in September, Heimatfest, which is always a wonderful experience, sadly had to go virtual because of COVID. Makes sense. Well, their annual Christmas on the Farm, which is always a great event, is also going virtual this year, and I wanted to get all of you guys the information because now, if this was in person, then you have to be within driving distance of Kutztown. But with it being virtual, it now allows you no matter where you live in the world. And I know there's a lot of you that subscribe to this channel that are in Germany or in other parts of the United States, not necessarily within, an easy drive to southeastern Pennsylvania. And with them going virtual, it's going to be a day full of Christmas-based information around the Pennsylvania Dutch. And I just wanted to highlight what they're going to have, what the event's going to look like, and give you the information that you can access it. And the other great part, it's all free. It's all free. The only thing it's going to cost is your time. So let's talk about this year's virtual Christmas on the Farm. It will be December 5th, 2020, and it'll all be on Facebook Live. So you will need access to Facebook, which I imagine most of you have. And if you visit their site starting at 10 a.m., they will go live. And there's going to be 6 demonstrations and videos throughout the day. And I just like to highlight who's going to be talking and what they're going to be doing. So at 10 a.m., we start the day off with a studio visit with Ben Rader. I've talked about Ben Rader on my channel before. He is an artist, musician. He does a lot of things with Pennsylvania Dutch culture and language. His music is always done all in Pennsylvania Dutch, and his art, of course, has very much a Pennsylvania Dutch theme. So we're going to go live to his studio in Pennsylvania and have a chat with him. That'll be really, really interesting. At 11 o'clock, my dear friend Keith Brinsenhoffen, if you are in the Southeast PA area, that's a name you probably recognize. He will be doing an hour's worth or so of music, jokes, and dialect. Keith is a wonderful person. His jokes are corny, but that means you can always laugh out loud at him or moan at him. And he has a wealth of knowledge about Pennsylvania Dutch folk music. He plays the auto harp, banjo, guitar. I don't know what instruments he'll be focusing on this time, but I'm sure it'll be a great and entertaining session. At noon comes my good friend who also participated at the virtual Heimatfest, Terry Berger. We will be going to his home again in, I think it's Northampton County. Please, Terry, don't hate me if I got that wrong. But it's in that part of Pennsylvania, north of the Lehigh Valley, where he will be probably talking about traditional Pennsylvania Dutch Christmas recipes or recipes made around the time of Christmas. At 1 o'clock is a new person that I'm not all that familiar with, but there's going to be Pinecraft Log Homes with Dan Aruda. Patrick Dunmore, the director of the site, was telling me a little bit about this guy. He has built an entire log cabin, traditional, from start to finish with his hands. And I guess you'll probably be talking about, how log homes were built by our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents and all that stuff. So it should be a really informative and interesting talk. At 2 o'clock come my other really dear friends, Mike and Linda Herzog. And again, if you're in the Southeast PA area, that's musicians' names that you might recognize. They will be performing folk Christmas music from the Pennsylvania Dutch tradition. And I hear tell that they will also be doing the traditional Pennsylvania Dutch New Year's wish, which they do, and I know, and they do it really, really well. And that is something just to watch that if you only get to tune in for that. But the rest of their show will be great. They are awesome musicians, and they carry on these old traditional songs that I play to with Chris and I when we do our folk band shows. But they are great. Try and catch them at 2 o'clock. And then the day caps off and ends at 3 o'clock with an interview with none other than the Bellschnickel. Patrick Dunmoyer will be interviewing the Bellschnickel. Of course, you know from other videos here on my channel, the traditional Christmas gift bringer in Pennsylvania Dutch tradition is the Bellschnickel. And you can see here a picture of, normally, if we were live and not virtual, the Bellschnickel will be walking around the grounds, interacting with people and giving them a hard time. Patrick has set up an exclusive interview with the Bellschnickel, so you won't want to miss that. We'll just leave it at that. So, virtual Christmas on the farm. It doesn't matter where you live. If you have internet and a Facebook account, you can tune in and enjoy all the fun that'll be taking place on the 5th of December, 2020, from 10 a.m. until probably about 4 p.m. You can check out more information on the Pennsylvania German Cultural Heritage Center's Facebook page, which I'll put a link in the video notes down below. Please, if you have the time on the 5th, sit down and enjoy. I hope all of you are doing well, staying safe. Keep practicing your Pennsylvania Dutch. Keep that Pennsylvania Dutch energy flowing. We're coming up into a new year. As you're making your list of New Year's resolutions, in the top 3 has to be, I'm going to speak more Pennsylvania Dutch. And if it's not in your top 3, put it in your top 3. As again, this video is coming out on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I wish all of you a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving. Go ahead and eat as much as you want. It only happens once a year. And I'll see you guys later. Keep practicing your Pennsylvania Dutch, and Mock Scoot.
Mock Scoot!